Remember when you could demolish an entire pizza, stay out half the night, and wake up the next morning feeling completely fine? Well, your body was writing checks back then that it simply can't cash anymore. Now things click and ache in places you didn't even know existed. You feel wiped out after a short walk, as if you just crossed a finish line. Your memory? Let's just say it occasionally has the reliability of an old cassette tape that keeps getting chewed up. Your energy swings are more unpredictable than spring weather. And you've been telling yourself, that's just what getting older feels like. Wrong. That's not aging. That's a silent invasion. A hostile takeover happening right inside your own kitchen. The culprits? Sugar and carbohydrates. And I'm not just talking about the obvious offenders. I'm talking about the hidden junk disguised inside foods that are marketed as healthy, quietly draining your energy, fueling chronic inflammation, and putting your aging process into the fast lane. But here's the good news. You can fight back. There's an elite squad of foods out there. Real, powerful, everyday foods that can restore your energy, sharpen your thinking, strengthen your muscles, and silence those nagging aches and pains. Today, I'm giving you the 10 best of them. Zero added sugar, almost no carbohydrates, and loaded with exactly what your body is begging for after 50. And I'll be straight with you. Number 7 on this list is something most people have been carelessly throwing away for decades without a second thought. It might just be the single most important thing you can eat right now. So stay with me. This isn't just about what to eat. It's about feeling like yourself again. Before we dive in, drop a comment below. What's one food your body just doesn't handle the way it used to? I read every single one. Let's go. All right, hold on. We're starting with something your grandmother already knew about, but that today has roughly the same glamorous reputation as thermal underwear. Cabbage. Yes, you heard me. Good old cabbage. Honestly, I used to think cabbage only existed to sit sadly on a cafeteria plate next to a piece of meat. What a mistake that was. Now I know cabbage is one of the most powerful superfoods you can possibly eat, especially once you're past 50. This stuff is loaded with fiber, vitamin C, vitamin K, and antioxidants that support everything from your digestion and immune system to your bone density. And here's the part most people miss completely. It has virtually zero carbohydrates and absolutely no sugar. You get all those nutrients without the blood sugar spike and energy crash that potatoes or corn give you. But the real magic? Cabbage is like a personal trainer for the good bacteria in your gut. It feeds the microbes responsible for better digestion, more restful sleep, and a mood that doesn't ride a roller coaster all day long. So if you're constantly bloated and exhausted, maybe you don't need an expensive supplement. Maybe you just need more cabbage. And it's incredibly versatile. Roast it until it's crispy, shred it raw into a salad, sauté it with olive oil and garlic. It's cheap, effective, and one of the most underestimated powerhouses most people walk right past. If any vegetable deserves a comeback, it's this one. All right, your gut is sorted, but what about the command center up in your head? If your brain sometimes feels like it's running on backup power, then number 2 is about to become your new best friend. Be honest with yourself. Have you ever walked into a room and had absolutely no idea why you went there? Happens to all of us, but past 50, it starts to feel a little more unsettling. And most of the time, it's not your age, it's the fuel you're giving your brain. Or more accurately, not giving it. That's where walnuts come in. These wrinkly little things might not look like much, but they're essentially performance fuel for your brain cells. And the best part? They're natural, portable, and require zero preparation. A small handful a day can do more than you'd expect. Walnuts are a concentrated source of omega-3 fatty acids, the same beneficial compounds found in salmon, just from a plant-based source. Omega-3s reduce inflammation throughout your entire body, and inflammation is the silent saboteur behind joint pain, mental fog, and chronic fatigue. Add to that the fiber and protein that keep your blood sugar stable and keep you feeling satisfied. No sugar, barely any carbs, just clean fuel. Here's something most people don't know. Walnuts can actually curb your craving for sweets, especially that sneaky evening appetite that creeps in around 8 p.m. A small handful of walnuts and a cup of tea, and the cookies can stay right where they are. Toss them over yogurt, throw them into a salad, or blend them into a smoothie. Small but mighty. When you eat walnuts, you're not just snacking, you're investing in your heart, your brain, and your future. Great, your brain is firing again. But what good is a sharp mind in a body that runs on empty? If you often feel like someone pulled your plug out of the wall, you absolutely need to meet number 3. Think about it honestly. How many times recently have you blamed your age for feeling tired? It's the easiest excuse in the world, but most of the time it's not your age. It's your plate. And one of the simplest and most affordable ways to recharge your body from the inside is spinach. I know what you're thinking. Spinach? That boring green stuff Popeye ate? Trust me, spinach is no supporting character. It's the lead actor when it comes to your energy levels. Spinach is packed with vitamins A, C, and K. Vitamin A keeps your eyesight sharp. Vitamin C acts as the security guard for your immune system. And vitamin K is the bodyguard for your bones, preventing the fractures that become increasingly common as we get older. But there's more. Spinach delivers iron, which transports oxygen through your entire body. If you often feel sluggish or short of breath, a simple iron deficiency might be the culprit. Add magnesium for blood pressure and muscle function, and folate for brain health and mood stability. And you get all of this with almost zero carbohydrates and zero sugar. The best part? It couldn't be easier to use. Toss a handful into your scrambled eggs. Sauté it with garlic for dinner. Stir it into a soup. It's nature's multivitamin, except it actually tastes better than any pill you've ever swallowed. All right, you're energized. But where does all that energy get stored? In strong muscles. And for that, you need something most people are buying in completely the wrong form. Let's be direct, not every yogurt is your friend. Many of those colorful little cups lining the supermarket shelves are sugar bombs in disguise. Some contain more sugar than a candy bar. That's the last thing your body needs. But plain, full-fat Greek yogurt? Now that's an entirely different league. Greek yogurt is a powerhouse for anyone over 50. It's loaded with high-quality, slow-digesting protein. And let me be absolutely clear about this. After 50, muscle is your life insurance. It gives you balance, strength, and protects your independence as the years go on. But there's more. Probiotics. These are the beneficial bacteria that keep your gut running in good order. As we age, digestion can become sluggish, and probiotics help get the whole system moving again. And here's something a lot of people get wrong. Fat is not the enemy. The full-fat version of Greek yogurt gives your body the healthy fats it needs for brain function, hormone balance, and even skin health. But, and this is critical, stay away from the flavored varieties. Buy the plain, full-fat version. If you want flavor, create it yourself. A few walnuts, a pinch of cinnamon, and you're done. Protein is wonderful, but there's one source that strengthens not just your muscles, but your bones in a way that almost nobody talks about. And most people wrinkle their nose at it. I'll be honest. For most of my life, I found sardines, let's say, challenging. The smell, the tiny can, the whole situation. But the truth is, sardines are an absolute nutritional bomb for people over 50, and most of us walk right past them in the store without realizing what we're missing. The basics. Omega-3 fatty acids, just like salmon. That means less inflammation, less joint pain, and better memory. High-quality protein for muscle and energy, all good. But here's where the real magic happens, the bones. Yes, the soft, edible little bones you'll find in the can. Those are the treasure. They're packed with natural calcium and vitamin D, the two nutrients your body needs most after 50 to fight bone density loss. It's nature's calcium supplement, only far more effective and bioavailable. Sardines also contain very little mercury compared to larger fish like tuna, making them a safe, regular choice. If you're still hesitant, mash them with a little mustard or olive oil and lemon juice and spread them on a lettuce leaf. A snack that doesn't just taste good, it actively heals, and it costs next to nothing. Fish is fantastic, but sometimes you want poultry. And here too, about 90% of people make the same tired mistake over and over. I know what you've been told for years. Chicken breast, lean, healthy, sensible. Forget it. Chicken thighs are the real champion, especially for us. They're cheaper, they taste significantly better, and they're much easier to chew. When you buy them bone-in with the skin on, you get even more nutrients. The dark meat contains more zinc and iron than the white meat. Zinc is essential for immune function and wound healing, and many older adults are quietly deficient in it without knowing. And honestly, the flavor. Crispy roasted skin satisfies your appetite in a way that a dry chicken breast simply never could. And you don't need sugar or breadcrumbs to make it delicious. Just a few spices, a drizzle of olive oil, and into the oven it goes. Juicy, satisfying, and it nourishes your body instead of taxing it. Stop feeling guilty about dark meat. Your body genuinely needs those fats and that flavor. Now here comes the number you've been waiting for. The food where most people have been throwing away the most valuable part for years, because they believed an old, stubbornly persistent lie. Let's settle this once and for all. Eggs are not the enemy. For years, we were drilled with the idea that we should limit eggs, especially the yolk, because of cholesterol concerns. That's complete nonsense, thoroughly debunked by modern nutritional science. Eggs are one of the most complete and nourishing foods you can eat, period. Every egg is a protein capsule, and after 50, protein isn't just nice to have, it's essential. It keeps you on your feet and protects your joints. But there's more. Eggs are rich in choline, a nutrient most people don't get nearly enough of. Choline is fuel for your brain, your memory, your focus, your mental sharpness. And now about the yolk, the part so many people discard. That's the treasure. The yolk contains vitamin D to help your bones absorb calcium. It delivers vitamin A for your eyes and B vitamins for energy. All of this with zero carbohydrates and zero sugar. Every egg you eat is a power-up for your body. Please, Eat the whole egg. Nature knew exactly what it was doing when it put it all together. And speaking of liquid gold, that's exactly what the next item on our list is called. It's called liquid gold for good reason. Olive oil is a cornerstone of the regions of the world where people consistently live the longest and healthiest lives. That's not a coincidence. Olive oil is one of the most powerful ingredients sitting in your kitchen right now. It's rich in monounsaturated fats that protect your heart and support healthy cholesterol levels. But it goes even further than that. It contains antioxidants that actively fight inflammation in your joints, your muscles, and even your brain. And here's something most people don't know. Healthy fats like those in olive oil actually help your body absorb more nutrients from the vegetables you eat alongside it. When you drizzle olive oil over your salad, you're essentially unlocking the vitamins already in that salad. Zero sugar, zero carbohydrates. 1 to 2 tablespoons per day. Look for extra virgin cold pressed on the label, ideally in a dark glass bottle to protect it from light. Speaking of healthy fat, there's a creamy superfood that was demonized for decades and is finally getting the recognition it deserves. Let's talk about fat, the dreaded F word in nutrition. For decades, the message was simple. Fat makes you fat. What complete nonsense. Not all fats are equal, and the fats inside an avocado aren't just good for you. They're genuinely vital. Avocados are technically a fruit, but they're not sweet. They have virtually no sugar and almost no carbohydrates. Instead, they're loaded with the same heart-healthy fats found in olive oil. But they bring even more to the table. More potassium than bananas, which helps regulate blood pressure, and a generous amount of fiber to support healthy digestion. And they couldn't be easier to eat. Slice one open, add a little salt, and you're done. Now we reach the finale, the king of all the foods on this list. One that combines the benefits of nearly everything else we've covered into a single delicious package. If I could choose only one food for people over 50, it would be this one: wild salmon. Not the pale, farmed variety from industrial fish operations. I'm talking about genuinely deep red, wild-caught salmon from cold, clean waters. Wild salmon is the ultimate source of omega-3 fatty acids. After 50, these fats become critical for your memory, your joints, your mood, and your heart. Think of omega-3s as a fire extinguisher for inflammation throughout your brain and body. That stiffness when you get out of bed in the morning, that clicking in your knee. Salmon is one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory foods in existence. It's also a complete, clean protein source. No sugar, no carbohydrates, just pure, high-quality fuel. Pan-fry it in butter with lemon, roast it with garlic in the oven, or flake it over a salad. However you prepare it, your body will feel the difference. Here's what I've learned since crossing the 50-year mark. It's no longer just about numbers on a scale or at the doctor's office. It's about how you feel when you get out of bed in the morning, how strong your legs feel on the stairs, how clear your head is when you sit down to think. The 10 foods we covered today: cabbage, walnuts, spinach, Greek yogurt, sardines, chicken thighs, eggs, olive oil, avocados, and wild salmon aren't just healthy. They're precisely what your body needs in this phase of life. They nourish, they repair, they protect. If you take one single thing away from this video, let it be this: it is never too late to start feeling comfortable in your own skin again. You don't need a crazy diet. You don't need expensive programs. You just need small, consistent choices that you make out of respect for yourself. Now it's your turn. Which of these foods are you going to try first? Or maybe there's already one that's made a huge difference for you. Tell me in the comments below. I read every single one and genuinely love hearing your stories. And if you want more no-nonsense tips like these that actually work in real life, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell. Because in the next video, I'm sharing a simple insulin trick that helps people over 50 lose weight twice as effectively. Thanks for watching. Take good care of yourself.